What's up, guys? My name is Miss Haley from CodeSpeak Labs, and today we're going to do something super awesome and out of this world crazy. Can you guess what it is? We are going to animate our name in Scratch. Do you guys want a sneak peek? I can show you. Come on. Alright guys, so here's what we're building today. This is already a project that I made, and it's called Animate Your Name, and we can click on each letter and see what it does. So I'm going to click the green flag, and we're going to click on each letter. So click the H. Whoa, it changed color. It's pretty awesome. Sweet. Alright, I'm going to click the letter A, and it's going to turn. No, it's upside down. Turn again, click, turn. Nice. Click the Y. Whoa, it just got bigger. It's like pulsating like a heart. It's pretty cool. Click the L. The L is off. It's going crazy. Hello. Click the E, and that E is going crazier. Okay. We see it's bouncing on the screen. All right, E. You can stop now. All right, it doesn't want to stop. Click the Y, and the Y is just spinning in circles, and it is changing color. So that's what we're building today. Let's get started. So right now you should have a brand new Scratch project open, and we should see our little friend Scratchy down in the stage. Today though, we're not going to need him, so we have to get rid of him. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and you should see a garbage can next to the sprite box. Give that a click. And bam, he's gone. He's disappeared, which is good because we don't need him. What we do need though today is several different sprites. So our job today as coders is to spell out our name using letter sprites. To do this, we're going to go down to the bottom right-hand corner. So let's do that. All right, you should see two circular buttons, one with a cat and one with a background. We're going to choose a sprite by clicking the first circular button with the cat. So give that a click, and whoa, we have a lot of sprites here. That's awesome. All right, at the top of your screen, you should see a bunch of tabs. So we have animals, we have people, we have fantasy, we have dance. We're going to go to the last tab that says letters, and we're going to give that a click. And you should basically see all the letters in the alphabet. Let's scroll down here. Oh, we have a nice font. I like it. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to spell out our names using sprites. So I'm going to spell out my name on my screen, and you can spell your name on your screen. So let's do it. I'm going to choose the first letter in my name, which is H. So I'm going to give that a click, and we see the H on the screen. Beautiful, we love it. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for every single letter of my name. I'm going to go down to the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to click Choose a Sprite, click the Letters tab, and I'm going to go to the next letter of my name. So, H-A. Perfect. And now we see the A on the screen. And we're going to repeat this process until you have used all the letters to spell your name. So let's take the next minute to do so. Alright guys, we're going to do one last thing. So go to the bottom right-hand corner and click the backdrop button. And you should see a library of backdrops. Feel free to pick whichever one that your heart desires. And I picked the blue sky, so I like that. Alright, let's jump straight into coding. So, on the left side of our screen, you should see several colored circles. I see a blue one, I see a purple one, I see a pinkish purple one, a yellow one, an orange one, and so on. We want to go to the yellow circle that says events, so let's give that a click. Awesome. We're going to look for a block that says when this sprite clicked. Do you see it? Bet I can beat you there. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. The third block in the events section. When you find it, click the mouse and drag it to the middle of the screen. And let's see if I can make this bigger for you all. Awesome, and we should see when this sprite clicked. Oh, it's also important to make sure that you're coding on the first letter of your name. So right now, the first letter of my name is H, and we should see the letter H in the corner of our screen. And we should also see the sprite box highlighted blue on the bottom of our screen. So just give your screen a little check, make sure you're coding for the first letter of your name. And if you are, perfect. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the purple circle called looks. So this basically means that we're changing our appearance of the sprite. So we're going to scroll down to looks and we're going to try to find a block that says change color effect. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I found it. Change color effect by 25. And we're going to click that and drag it and connect it to our event block. Did you connect it? Awesome. So right now it says when this sprite clicked, change color effect by 25. So we're basically telling the computer, every time I tap the H on the screen, we should see it change color. Is that correct? Let's find out. To run our code, we're going to click the green flag. And I'm going to zoom my computer in so you can see. So we should see a green flag here and like a red stop sign. So let's give the green flag a click. I clicked it. So let's see what happens if we click the H sprite. I give it a click. Oh, it's green. Click it again. It's a dark green. It's a blue. It's a dark blue. It's a purple-ish. Pink. And every time I click the H, we see it change color. So, congratulations, you just animated your first sprite. But let's see if we can make this harder. We changed the color of our sprite. Let's spice things up a little bit and add some sound. So, let's go to the left-hand side of our computer, and we're going to go to the circle right underneath looks called sound. Can you guess what this does? I bet you can. It's basically just going to add sound to our sprite. We're going to drag a specific block called play sound until done. So it's the first block that we see in the sound section. I'm going to give it a click and I'm going to drag it. And the sound that I have right now is a meow. So right now we should see when this sprite clicked, change the color effect by 25 and play a meow sound. Let's see if it works. I'm going to click the green flag. All right, I ran my program. I'm going to click the H. Did you hear that? It's a cat. All right, so if you hear sound, that means your animation is working perfectly. So it's time to get creative. Let's go. We're going to click the next letter of our name. So after H, for me, comes A. So we're going to go down to the bottom of the screen and click the next letter of our name. And we should also see it in the corner of our screen right underneath the green flag. So if you see it, good. All right, we're going to go back into the events section. Do you remember what color it is? If you said yellow, a virtual high five, because you are correct. And we're going to drag a block that we've already used before called when this sprite clicked. So let's find it, and we're going to drag it to the middle of our screen. Awesome. We're going to shake things up a little bit, and we're going to go into a section called control. And we're going to drag in something called a repeat block. And you might be like, Ms. Haley, what is a repeat block? Well, take a guess. Whenever we repeat something, we're basically just doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I can go on forever, over again. Anything we put inside of here, we're going to repeat that 10 times. So let's see if it actually works. I want to go and change the size of my sprite. So we're going to go back into looks, and it's the purple circle if you remember correctly. And we're going to find a block that says change size. And you might have to scroll down to the middle of the look section. Haha, I found it. Change size by 10. So I'm going to put this inside my repeat block. Do you have any guesses as to what's going to happen? We're going to add on to this though. So we're going to go back into our control section, which is the orange circle, and we're going to drag another repeat block in. And we're going to connect it at the bottom of our code block. So do one favor for me. Make sure that you connect the repeat block and stack it on top of each other. So make sure they're not nested inside, or it's going to cause us some bugs. And remember the change size by block? The one that we see right here on the screen? We're going to grab the same one and put it in the second repeat block. But we're going to change this a little bit, so it's not exactly the same. We're actually going to change the number inside of the change size block. So the first one should be 10. If it's 10, leave it. Awesome. The second one, however, we're going to change it to -10. And if you can't find the negative sign on the keyboard, because I always forget all the time, I want you to find the number 0 on your keyboard, and it should be on the top right-hand corner of the keyboard. So once you find the 0, you're going to go to the button right next to it on the right side. And I'm going to give that a click, and I'm going to type 10. So our letter is going to change size by 10, a positive 10, and then it's going to change size by -10. So what is the negative going to do? Well, negative means going down. So when we're going down, we're going to decrease its size, meaning it's going to get smaller. So can you guess what's going to happen? Let's find out. I'm going to click the green flag, and then I'm going to click the second sprite, so the A. Change size by 10, and then change size by -10. Whoa, it like pulsed. Let's do it again. Awesome. So, if your letter is doing the exact same thing as my A, perfect job. You animated it correctly. All right. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to drag in a block we've already used. Can you guess what it is? I bet you did. When this sprite clicked. So, go back into events, and we're going to drag when this sprite is clicked. This time we're going to go into a section called motion. So it's the blue circle on the left side of our screen. And what does motion mean? Motion just means movement. So we're going to be moving our sprites around. And we're going to drag in a block called turn 15 degrees. So it's the second block in our motion section. Awesome. The next block we're going to add is called a forever block. And we're going to find this in the same section that we used repeat. Do you remember? Did you say control? Awesome job. We're going to go into the control section. So it's the orange circle. And we're going to drag a forever block and connect it at the bottom of our motion block. So, Miss Haley, what does a forever block do? Well, let me tell you. Forever means basically it goes on with no limit or amount of time specified. So anything we put inside the forever block, it's going to continuously do whatever is inside that block, and in order for it to stop, we have to stop it on our own. So we have to push the stop button. We're going to go back into motion, and we're going to find a block called move 10 steps. So it's the first block. I'm going to click it, I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to put it inside the forever block. The next block we're going to look for is also in the motion section, and it is called if on edge bounce. So let's see if Miss Haley can find this block. Oh, I think I see it. Found it. And it says, if on edge, bounce. And we're going to put that right after move 10 steps. So what we're basically telling the computer is, we are going to move our sprite 10 steps. Then after that, we're going to check for if it goes towards the edges of our screen. So where you see my mouse outlining right now. So if my Y decides to go to the edge of the screen, we're going to bring it right back and it's going to bounce so that it's visible to us. Awesome. The last thing we're going to add is we're going to add some text. So we're going to go back into our look section, so the purple circle, and we're going to find a block that says say. And right now it should say hello, but we're going to change that, don't worry. So the second block in our looks, say hello, and I'm going to say hello. I'm the letter Y. But feel free to get creative. You can put whatever you want inside the text block. So let's test our project out. I'm going to click the green flag, and I expect my Y to turn 15 degrees and then move on the screen. Let's see if I'm right. Hello, I'm the letter Y. Oh, the Y is going crazy right now. It's bouncing back and forth. Haha. And so my hands are off the keyboard, right? And it's just going to bounce like this forever. So in order for us to stop this, we have to push the stop button. So we're going to go next to the green flag and click the red stop button. All right, everything is stopped. But I have one problem. Can you guess it? Well, for one thing, my name is now spelled incorrectly, without the Y, because the Y is just floating and it's chilling above the E. We want our Y to return to its correct position after we push the stop button. To do this, we have to drag a specific block in the events section, and it's called when green flag clicked. So I'm going to drag when green flag clicked. And the next block I'm going to drag is in the motion. So we're going to go to a block that says go to. I'm going to drag the go to block here. And you should see two numbers, one that says X and one that says Y. These are called coordinates, and they tell us where we can find our sprite on the screen. All right, to find the coordinates of your sprite, we can do this by doing a little trick. So let's unconnect our blocks first. So we're going to unconnect the when this sprite clicked block. And I'm going to drag the Y to where I want it to be. And we should see the X and the Y change on the bottom of our screen. So let's see if they did. They did. So the X became -35 and the Y became 28. Remember those two numbers because those numbers are going to go inside our go-to block. So I'm going to take the -35 and I'm going to put it inside the X coordinate for our go-to block. And then I'm going to take the 28 for Y and I'm just going to insert it into the go-to block for Y. All right, so once you inserted your coordinates, you can just reconnect your when this sprite clicked block. The last block we're going to add is a block called point in direction. So this is also in the motion section. All right, let's see if this works okay. I'm going to click the green flag and I'm going to click the Y. So let's see. Hello, I'm the letter Y. And it's bouncing, it's going crazy. I'm going to push the stop button. Awesome, it stopped. But let's see if it returns to its original position when I click the green flag again. I'm going to give it a click. Oh, right back where it should be. Thank you, Y. All right, so far we have coded 3 different sprites together. If you have more letters in your name, you are free to go ahead and code them yourselves. So I've showed you so far how to change the color of a sprite. We've added some sound. We've also changed the size of our sprite. So remember, we've made it pulse on the screen. So these are just examples of what you can do for animation. So any of these blocks, like the forever or the repeat, you can also use for the rest of the letters of your name. Well, guys, we've reached the end of today's project. With that being said, cue the virtual round of applause! Woo! Thank you guys so much for coding along with me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, comment down below what projects you want to see from us, and I hope to see you guys next time. This is Coach Haley logging off from CodeSpeak Labs. See ya!